Yeah, cool. So a few things before we get started. We'll get started with the VOD replays, but I do want to share a couple things. The first thing is just some general guidelines for you guys that are interested in reviewing replays. Always start with something positive. I think there's always positive stuff to take away from your replays, and if you just focus on the negative, replay analysis will be a very I won't say boring, but it'll be like ego defeating, and you're not going to get much out of it, or you're not going to want to do it again. So that's pretty important. I think you should always look at the macro level instead of the micro level of material. So look at macro level. So if there's like a big overall gameplay flaw, those are better to focus on because they're easy to correct. If you focus on like a random guess you made wrong, or some other minor problem that you have, that data is not going to go as far and it's not going to be as valuable. And same thing for you guys in chat. If you're not sure about something but you think it's valuable, just offer his opinion. It doesn't have to be fact. If you think someone, hey, you shouldn't be mashing here as much and you're not sure, just offer as a suggestion, right? Some things not to focus on. So don't focus on like if they do a one-off bad DP or a bad guess, usually not the end of the world. And it's sometimes, especially if you're new to set and you're kind of feeling each other out, it's not really the most high priority thing in my opinion. One-off execution errors, if they drop a combo, that's pretty obvious. You don't have to point that out unless they're like dropping the combo every single time, or it's like a combo that doesn't work, or it's like really hard and they shouldn't go for it in a tournament match. And then play style, like if they're playing really patient and you play your character offensive, doesn't mean it's the wrong way to play it. Just means there's multiple ways to play a character, and if someone wants to play patient or someone wants to play a character in a different way, I think that's viable as long as they can prove it, right? But some things that I think are useful are that stuff like, how do I say, like consistent execution errors, like if they always drop a combo in a specific spot, or they're always like, this combo doesn't work on a character and they shouldn't have selected that. They have predictable habits, like for example, if they always mash after universal overhead, or if they always DP on wake up, or if they always quick rise, that kind of stuff is very good to point out because those might be habits that the player themselves might not know about. Game knowledge gaps, again, if there's like stuff that, hey, you can punish this and they're not punishing it, that stuff is very valuable to, and actually probably one of the most useful things about replay analysis is that a knowledgeable person about the game can point out something that the other person might not know about. And then the other thing is just strategy. Like if there's some strategies like, hey, for example, in this matchup, you want to use Vasaraga's like fireball more because the character has a hard time getting around it, etc. Or, you know, use this move because it's actually not punishable against this character while it is against most of the cast. Those things are very valuable and can change how someone plays the matchup. So yeah, strategy is something really important to focus on. Fame, anything you want to add to that, or anything that you kind of look for in your replays when you do analysis?
So most of the things you said are generally along the lines that I do. However, I do like emphasize a bit more of like the play interactions and how my opponent generally respond to things. So if I generally like fight that person again, I often keep tabs on what they do in specific scenarios and such.
Yeah.
So I don't just look at myself. I often do look at my opponent too.
Yeah, especially if there's habits of your opponent that you're not noticing. That's very good to point out. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, you've covered basically all the other parts.
For some cringe-worthy Yuel and Zooey goofs. That sounds promising. I guess we're looking for the perspective of the Yuel player here.
Wow, this character really is quite common.
I can't blame him. She's really good, and she's a waifu. Good comedy, good punish. Yeah, gotta recognize that spacing for. So I just want to point out, if you recognize the spacing here, that your EX thrust wasn't gonna hit. You could have went the EX DP there. Could have got your second knockdown with EX thrust, and then had a better situation here. You wouldn't have had to spend super, and this wouldn't have happened. So it's just that came down to combo selection.
No.
Honestly.
Up spending. Stick your hand into it. Oh. Counter.
Both these guys are getting ready to. Yep, you trash up universal overhead.
And that's gonna be enough damage.
All right, so something to keep in mind, Snare, and I've noticed this already, and I don't know how the rest of the set is gonna go, but I have a feeling that this cat is gonna press after 5M, or is gonna do something risky after 5M, like dash forward, right? You need to delay cancel your 5M into 236L or 236H to stop that, because she's already getting away with that option, and it's not a good option.
Good spot dodge. There's
He's also been, yeah, he did backdash. Yeah, you gotta frame trap him after that 5M.
No, it's absolutely will not.
Gotta frame trap him there.
He's reversing right back. Stay in the corner, you sly fox.
Interesting combo. You can get DP there, by the way, after that auto combo mash. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, you can't do that. Always, if it's an air juggle, never 236M. It's really inconsistent, and if you drop it, you get punished. Okay, good. Confirm. Optimal. I like that. I like that. Nice. Nice. That was good. That was good. Oh, no, it's gonna whiff. Alright, alright, alright. So, cheat code for this, right? The cheat code is do it after 2 hits of 5H. It'll always work. Or you can do, what you actually should have done is 2 hit EX Rust, and then 5H into Super. It probably would have killed, actually. Okay, okay. Yeah, look, he dashed forward after 5M again. You let him get away with that way too much. I feel like you're playing neutral pretty decent. Good punish. Ah, that's the second time he got hit. So all 3 times you've done that setup, the 2L would have worked, and you didn't believe all 3 times you didn't believe in the 2L. So just something to keep in mind that like this guy's really trying to disrespect you. Oh man, you would be winning this so much if you just went for a frame trap after 5M. Oh my god. Like, you actually went for it there and you depressed. That's kind of funny. But he did 236M. That's the wrong thing to frame trap with. Oh good, he's dead. Nice. Wait, what happened? Did you do easy input?
Yep.
Yep, and it didn't kill.
With supers that automatically always hit the animation, you get a damager for simple input.
Oh no!
Wow,
oh my god. That was cursed. You deserve that for doing easy input. Like I'll do easy input super after like a 5L or something that's like hard to hit confirm. But bro, after 3 hits of auto combo, you gotta do it. You gotta do, or if you just get 2 hits in the auto combo in the super, both of those would have killed. Oh, this is 3 out of 5. I'll watch one more because those 2 were quick. Okay, good extender, run up. He's gonna DP. Yep. Yeah, I kind of feel that DP. So when I think people are gonna DP like that, like do delayed DP, go for like 2 L strings because then the 2 L will hit them out of their DP motion.
Dragon Gate is going away. You can mix up blocks too low.
Try to go for 2 hit in the EX Thunder just because it's a little more consistent and also
leads you closer.
Yeah, it frame traps too. So the 3 hit is if you don't like you really don't want to risk it, but you should really try a frame trap there. Nice punch. Okay, yeah. I mean this is clean. I assume you lose, which is why you submitted it. So take a look at the round you lost. You gotta punish with 5L. You have to punish that with 5L. That's like the second or third time I've already seen that, and this has only been like 1 match with Zooey. That was really risky charge. You do not want to charge because that's 1 cat EX thrust and you just die. Like charge mid screen against cat, but not in the corner. I've made that mistake way too many times. Alright, so if a cat's doing that, either EXDP or just like TK EX Thunder hit her out. Like she should not get away with that many fireballs. I mean, honestly, I thought you played that really well. It's just like, I felt like this guy exploited like this guy did a very good job of exploiting a couple like flaws in your gameplay. Like your gameplay is very well rounded and I think it's very solid. There's a couple things like for example, not frame trapping after 5M that this guy really exploited and he kind of lost off that. Or like not doing the best DPC pressure, like doing more chain 2Ls to kind of hit confirm that and beat out DP. I don't feel like this guy was like in your head. I feel like he just noticed that you had some holes in your gameplay and he found them out really fast. That's what it looked like to me.
I feel there was like a few situations where the cat was doing a lot of fireballs and you were basically just taking them every time. in those situations, as like Diaphone says, like TK Thunder, EXDP, or if you don't feel like spending your cooldowns, you can dodge stuff, force them to try to use normals instead. But generally, like in situations like those, you need the one know what your frame advantage is gonna be when you dodge the fireball in that situation. If you don't want to use those cooldowns, just be mindful of the options that you have that doesn't involve dodging, because since dodging isn't really a guaranteed way for you to get out.
So, okay, you guys keep submitting Narmaya replays. Do you guys remember that I entered NLBC with Narm once? It was my worst NLBC placing in like the past like 6 months. Yeah, you guys are trying to teach me to play Narm. This is crazy. Alright, I like the stance switching. I feel like we're gonna get some high level Narm here. Yeah, looks like he knows what he's doing. That was good. Good pressure. That was good confirm. Okay. Yeah, I like this. Good frame traps. No EX turbulence from the Lance yet. I'm kind of surprised.
They didn't get their stance switch properly. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I think surprised they didn't commit to the auto combo there. I feel like if you're gonna go for a 5L, like with Narm, I feel like you have to almost commit to the auto combo. No reason not to do it.
If she's in sword out, a space far else plus, but like when she's in defensive stance,
it's like minus, right? Yeah.
Yes. Your pressure ends basically. So if you're in defensive stance and you get like the jab, then you have to go in the auto combo at that point.
Yep. EX turbulence? Yep. Nice. I feel like you knew it too. That's a good run. I really like when people do run forward against EX turbulence. I think that's a really strong option. And beats all options.
If you have the run speed, it's a really strong option.
Yeah. Nice DP.
Yeah, because that way you make everything with.
Yep.
And the only thing that can probably get them out is like them pressing JU to like get out of better spacing.
Yeah. It's actually funny because like the Narm player ran too fast under and with the normal. But yeah, it's he stood and then he crouched. I wonder what that was about. After the universal overhead. That was good.
It looks like they tried the DP and got trolled?
I think so. Oh no. That OS is so hard to do. And yeah, he fucked up the combo, thankfully. No buffer. Alright, well, second time worked out. Okay. EX turbulence? Yep. No! I knew that was gonna happen. Usually people, if they fuck up doing something the first time, they're gonna try doing it again. And that's exactly what this Lance player did. Backdash? Backdash? Yeah, I would reconsider that option. I don't know what that was about. I think he was trying to block with not the guard button. Actually, let's actually look. We have inputs on. This is actually blessed. Let's see what actually happened here. Yeah, I think he was just trying to block it manually instead of using the guard button and then got backdash on accident. Definitely use the guard button against Lance. Even just to make sure that like shit like that doesn't happen. Okay, so Young Bruno is part of the, like the top 3 of the power rankings of Brazil.
Right, throw, what's the mix? They tried the mash.
I feel like he could have got something there.
Kind of hard call.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yo,
what did you go for it? Jump? Yeah, I think he tried to jump that. What do you want to do? Guard button. Hold the guard button.
Freeze.
Nice. Okay. Okay. That really worked out. Yeah, EX turbulence. You had to know that's coming. Consider DPing after Lance does EX turbulence. I don't know how Narms interacts with it, but probably pretty well.
I'm sure like defensive DP is a pretty good interaction because of how it just goes up vertically.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's pretty good. Good recognition there. Good actually recognition on both the second Rekka, frame trapping, and the plus unblocked Gorilla Blade.
Oh, they messed up their throw. Anyway.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Nice meaty. Oh, good jump out by him. I like that just to get out. Punish! No! You can definitely punish that sweep.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting back off. Ooh, okay. Why'd you?
Rip.
Yeah, I feel like you did not need to take that risk. And that was a good set though, honestly.
I like the coverage on the defense, on like the defensive options on offense. You definitely knew how to deal with Lancelot Pacific things well. There's like a few times where you would just get hit by EX Gorilla Blade in neutral though, that I was like, I had question marks all over. Like one time you got hit in the air. Like were you trying to jump down a reaction? Can I like get a little bit of confirmation?
That's what it looked like. I don't really know. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like you could have mixed up your options a little bit better there. One thing is right here, if you're gonna mash a button, try to mash a standing button, not a crouching button, to beat the Rekka, because on crouch he gets a full combo. He can actually get a 5L there into a full combo into set play Oki. But if you do a stand light there, he actually can't confirm it into a counter hit combo, just because crouching has more hit stun than standing. So just general anti-lance tech with no matter who you're playing. But yeah, I bet he EX Turbulence is here. Yeah, and like you're kind of like getting reads, but like, yeah, I don't know. I felt like you should try to go for a 2H or like try to go for a block on the EX stomp. Like it just felt like you're going for the dash forward option a little too much, or you're just trying to like maybe he's just guessing right, but it felt like he was using EX Turbulence really effectively that whole set.
I feel like the main thing that probably wasn't going well in like terms of like dealing with EX Turbulence is that you weren't really using Narm's defensive stance DP enough. The angle's really good at covering most of the EX Turtles' options.
And then the other thing is just block button. I mean, you got screwed not using the block button at least 2 or 3 times, so use that more, please. Alright, 6. So, as you guys know, Fame96, a fighting game god, top 2 at Evo BB tag. That's like seriously super impressive, but he's had various other achievements, including this game winning multiple NLBCs, if you guys count online tournament wins as achievements. But yeah, seriously, Fame is definitely one of the best in the anime FGC. So if you guys are looking to learn more and you like this, or you thought it was useful, or you guys just watching and you couldn't submit a replay and you want to have a more in-depth look, because I mean realistically we spent about we had 10 replays and we spent about 10 minutes per each one, right? And I felt like those 10 minutes we spent on it were probably pretty useful. But if you want a much more in-depth look and more in-depth, and you can ask questions and get feedback and kind of talk about some other stuff and look at more replays, check out Fame's metafy coaching. For something a player of his caliber, only spending 27 bucks an hour is really good. Seriously, shoutouts to Fame for coming on. I definitely appreciate it. I thought his insight was super valuable. I really like getting his perspective on stuff because I think he approaches the game from like a unique way. Not only the characters he picks, but he has a really like analytical mind. He definitely, like, you could tell he labs everything out. So I think that's really cool to see. So I appreciate your time, Fame, and anything you want to say to the stream watchers before you head out?
So delay-based netcode sucks. Hopefully we get rollback in our games. So yeah, actually Strive Beta is actually next week. So I definitely encourage that you give Arxis feedback, because this is their first attempt at putting rollback into their game. Because like Plusar was like a fan-based project, but they just like gave them their blessings. So this time around, they're actually doing it themselves with their employees. So let's do our best and actually help them out, give them the constructive feedback that they need, so that the game can launch as smoothly as possible. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, thanks for coming on, Fame. Appreciate it. I thought it was really insightful, and I think the stream masters appreciate it as well. Yeah, no problem. And if you want to play in that Brazilian exhibition, let me know. No, I can just tell you no now.